Hi, welcome to Trendy Talks. I'm Thomas, and today we'll be reviewing Joking Hazard, the card judging game by the guys that brought you Cyanide and Happiness. So Joking Hazard is a card judging game, not unlike Cards Against Humanity, Apples to Apples, Super Fight. I'd have to say that I think it kind of sets the bar for the genre. My favorite Cards Against Humanity card is the blank plus blank equals blank. And the reason that I like that is that it doesn't rely on the creativity of the writers necessarily to make a funny sounding card, but actually just relies strictly on the creativity of the players to make an interesting combination. In Joking Hazard, pretty much every single round is like that, in that the players really have to kind of almost work together to make a funny comic strip. And in the end, it just feels like a more creative experience to me. Now, I'm not going to go into discussing the admittedly pretty easy to follow rules, though if you want to, you can check out our tutorial on Joking Hazard. But just know that they are pretty easy to follow and pretty easy to teach, even to a drunk crowd. I would say, though, that the game is also pretty easy to pick up once you're done. Unlike a lot of games where there will be, for instance, Cards Against Humanity has the black and the white cards, all the cards in Joking Hazard just get mixed together. They all pretty much get played in the same way, with a few exceptions. Those exceptions are the black border cards and the red border cards, and those are played a little bit differently, even though they are still mixed in with the same stacks. For the most part, it's not too hard to follow. If somebody's just absolutely drunk at a party or something, they might have difficulty understanding the rules, but it's not too hard to figure out how to use those cards. Speaking of drinking, this game is incredibly inappropriate. Consider Cards Against Humanity, where you have some pretty inappropriate cards. This game illustrates those cards, essentially. So, a lot of butts, a lot of nudity, violence, pretty much constant profanity. If you are immature adults like us at Subtrendy, perfect. It's a match made in heaven. You'll really like the game. Probably not one to bring out to grandma and your younger cousins at Thanksgiving, though. Just to recap, Joking Hazard is an inventive take on the card judging genre. It's easy to learn and clean up. It does have offensive material that is not for all audiences, and the red card rule can be kind of confusing for some. Overall, I think I would give this game a 7 out of 10, which is a pretty good score, especially for party games. Absolutely suggest this to any fan of card judging games that could stomach a rather crude sense of humor. It's a hit at parties and it works well with smaller groups too. Again, check out our tutorial if you want a more in-depth look at the rules, or if you want to see it played, you can check our full playthrough out on Subtrendy. Speaking of which, we got an episode of Subtrending coming out later this week, an episode of The Boardroom this weekend, and as always, we'll have episodes of What's Up With and Set It coming out at different intervals too. If you want to support us so we have an even cooler set and continue to just improve, we have a GoFundMe. We always appreciate our sponsors, and have a good day.